Hit that like button, of course, and subscribe to the channel. Once again, another beautiful day in paradise. 11:11 on the East Coast, of course, and 8:11 on the West, and anywhere in between. Shout out to the people all over that watches this program, Coffee and Kush TV, KevRow University, of course. We already got 63 people who liked this live stream. Hit the like button. 20 something current viewers. Shout out to you guys. Max is in the building. Taj, what up, my guy? Good to see you. We gonna go over that on the other page. Don't worry. What on the other page? No, on this page. Don't worry about it, Taj. We gonna go over that information. I just want it in my DM rather than you know where. That's all. That's all. Brian King, good to see you this morning. If y'all can hear me, just let me know. You can hear me pretty good. Brian King, good to see you. Miss Brittany, good to see you. Like, share, subscribe to this channel. A Royal Purple, shout out to you for your continuous support. You, Teresa, Neldaby, uh, Brittany, uh, Max, all of the supporters on Patreon, but there are people who just support this program beyond measure. Mrs. Lori, of course, and a lot of fellas. I gotta get my top supporters, and I've been working on some end credits with y'all names all over it. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody who hit that like button. Amanda's in the building. The great work that she does with the information, of course. We got a new podcast, Coffee and Kush TV, Urban Conservative, of course. Yo, more news, more conversation, more silliness, more entertainment. Yes, sir. Good to see you, Mr. James Bell, TJ. Is that it? Terry B. Good to see you. I haven't saw you in a minute. Jamie Lee. Shout out to you, Queen. Another beautiful day in paradise. You're up early on the West Coast, of course. You and Royal Purple, y'all stay on the grind. God bless you, moms, the family. Always, y'all know how we do. C. Mosley been with the row for quite some time. You already know DNS Brands. Shout out to you, sir. Bocat Smith, rocking with you for so long, so long. You've been walking with me for so long. Remy Red, what's up with it? A lot of people change their names real fast, but I see y'all too. I see y'all too. Good to see y'all still around this mud. Yeah. Yeah. So I came on. We were talking about Andrew Tate and this whole thing. I want to bring that conversation up, of course, a little later. And why not include this YSL Rico Act, this great judge that we see on the news, and the Rico, the snitching, they say, the people, I guess, making deals on their own behalf, going above and beyond, and actually going to uh, work for the prosecution. Work for the prosecution at proving the prosecution case that YSL is a gang, a murdering gang, all at the orders of Young Thug and whoever else. I don't know the whole story because I'm so working on the class, of course, which is today. Everybody's on my Patreon is going to get the link, of course, but I've been working on that. I haven't had real time other than the last couple of days to sit down with this Andrew Tate thing and really pay attention to the YSL thing. That's crazy. Anjanita Moore, good to see you. And it's crazy because me, Brian King, and a few other people who called in a few weeks ago, we were actually talking about holding ourselves accountable and what does it take and what's the sacrifice. And you know, and when you enter the courtroom, we all got to look at that. In God we trust. And then learning Levitical law and learning the law of the land when you holding yourself accountable, you know, the acceptance of what a person has done, no matter where the chips may lie, can it's on you. You know, it can be at the expense of friends. We was talking about how different cultures, the gang culture, People who not even in gangs, people who really go to work every day, not in the criminal life, they offering up the same advice a criminal would. You understand, with the same type of mentality you would expect that older people or people who are not in that life, what type of advice they would give to people. But it's the same advice the dummy on the street would give them. So I'm quite a little. I'm a little different. I'm not with the full whole judgment. I mean, disregard the street rule per se, no snitching, because everybody know that's a cold situation that goes all the way back. But we also know everybody that be saying no snitching, all the mob bosses and gang leaders, if they had it, they been told. A lot of these guys been told and out on the street trying to convince you of the same thing. Right, Taj? We was talking about this. So it's up to the situation. How many people in the indictment? 27, 28, 29. Gunnan was the first one to just, yeah, I'm up out of here. Yes, sir. The internet is going to make fun of me, but I'm up out of here. If I was him, I wouldn't even be trying to explain why I told press. I wouldn't even be trying to explain it. It's self-explanatory. The street ain't for me. That shit
Wait,
was.
how old is your
Oh,
daughter?
excuse me. That shit was too hectic. Too many rules. I didn't like looking at my own feet with my no socks on concrete. I didn't like looking at the bars. It was just too much, man. The food was disgusting. I haven't used the restroom in 2 weeks. Press one. I got peanut butter stuck to my balls movement. Press one. I can't do nothing. Can't do nothing. So that's for an individual and what they've done. Everybody already know that the Takashi 69 situation. Hey, it's gonna be a lot of ratting, what you call ratting, but a lot of people holding themselves gonna be forced to hold themselves accountable and work on behalf of the prosecution because hey, ain't nothing worse than being called a snitch in the gang. So the gang is broken up because it's full of snitches. So it's already Rico. It's already
Unknown
broken up.
caller.
Let's listen to these callers. Let's see what's on people's mind today. Why not? Coffee and Kush TV, KevRow University, YSL, Snitchgate 2023. You on the air? What up?
Kev, how you doing today?
Bless. What's up?
No, I'm just talking about that, like you were talking about the street code, man. Listen, I'm 50 years old, and I grew up in New York and New Jersey, and that street code stuff has always been garbage. I don't care if it's the mafia, Italians, black people, the Yakuza, whatever you're talking about, is all garbage because there's no honor among thieves. People kill each other if they feel like they don't want to pay you. They will kill each other over women. They will kill each other over he's shining too much. So that has always been some stupid street shit that is really not
It's
real.
more. It's more myth.
The only
It's
person you
more.
got to
It's
be
more.
loyal to is
It's myth. Is that what you're saying? It's more myth than real.
right. Right. The only person that, and this is the other part they never understand, is that crime, if you're going to do it, it is not a career. You get your money and you get out. That way you ain't got to deal with all that. If I was into that life, the first time I get arrested, grand opening, grand closing, it's over.
That would have fixed you right up right away the first time you got caught. So
Listen,
I must not be too
but when those people start knocking on your door talking about we see you and we following you, we know who you are, it's time to close. It's just that simple. You're not gonna beat them people because they got your friends ratting on you. They already got your baby mama and your girlfriend. They done tapped in your phones. They got when they talk to you, they really got you. They just warning you. You got one last step before you go off the edge. And if you don't heed that warning, it's a wrap. So I'm just saying that street culture stuff is a myth, man. It's always been. You can see it in the movies, it's in real life. People kill each other for nothing, and you don't have no friends in that lifestyle. I don't care if you grew up with him and you know his mama. In the right situation, he'll take you out just so he can move forward. That. It is what it is. All right, Kev.
Well, I say the same thing. Shit, if it's if that's the loyalty that we are all getting, and ain't no loyalty amongst thieves, like he said. Is it? Are you taking the 15 years? Are you taking the 15 years probation? 10 years good behavior? Are you going out like a G? Press one. Are you going out like a G? That's important to know. I don't know. I'm not a G. I'm not a top G. I don't know. Is Andrew Tate people, are they willing to go out with him? I don't think so. I think people cheer you on. I think people will want Andrew Tate to win. I think that the weeb community wants him to win, but it's not going to happen. Is it me? It's not going to happen. None of these people are going to say, I've been with Andrew Tate. I deserve Rico too because I was paying for $49.99 supporting trafficking. I was doing it too. They're not going to do that. They're going to look back in their little chat rooms and say, he's coming home. Free Tate. I'm going to take over the organization. Ain't nobody going to prison with Andrew Tate, but Andrew Tate and his brother. All these little red pillars, they don't want to go. They don't really want to be top G. Press one, they just playing. They really eat mashed potatoes. And they love eating macaroni and cheese and going to get their skateboards and dirt bikes. They don't want to be no top G no more. Everybody want to be a G until it's time to be a G. Press one. Then when it's time to be a G, you realize how stupid you are for being so much of a G that everybody else wasn't no G. And then you wouldn't be the G for the perception of the internet. Some friends that ain't gonna be there. All these people finna get old. We gonna forget about y'all. We tomorrow after y'all plead guilty, we don't even give a damn. We just looking for the next sucker the internet can convince to go to prison or die. Go to prison for the rest of your life. We gonna make another star out of somebody else. Press one. We just looking for somebody. Please, come on, be a star on the internet. That's how the YouTube and social media is. And that's the reality of it. A lot of these people, y'all think as social media entrepreneurs that these people want you to win because they talking to you. These people want to talk you right off the cliff. Press one. These people, hold up. They'll talk your ass right off the cliff. You don't want to be talked off the cliff. Hell no. Every now and then, y'all see me, I got to check my chat room. Hold up, bro. I don't want to be no damn star. Hell no. I'm already a star. Press one, I'm God star. That's cool. I like the grind, not because I'm gonna be rich, because I like to wake up with the grind face. You know, the Kobe mentality never gets old. Press one. It, you got to be about the grind forever. You don't want to get lazy. Floyd Mayweather said it's hard to win championships with Louis Vuitton sheets. Nigga get too comfortable, then out of nowhere, bow. No, I like to wake up hungry. I like to eat noodles, noodles for breakfast, peanut butter and jelly. I like to struggle, even when I ain't got to. No, bro. Even when I ain't got to, bro, I like the grind. The whole grind of it all. You know what I'm saying? Fuck what people trying to get to. They trying to get too hard to get to their destination. And they don't even know where they going. They ain't even got no destination. They just going with life. On the come up. They just own the come up. That's it. I'm cool. I'm cool off that. But yeah, are you gonna snitch? Are you gonna tell? I don't know, man. That's up to y'all. Let me see. Uh, 90% of 118 people says they will take the 15 years probation instead of the Rico Act jail of 50 years. Press one. 50 years. They will take 90% of us. We say we taking 15 years probation. We don't want to go to court. We telling. That's what 90% of the chat room say. They not finna do, hell, they already got who they want. They already busted them up. Press one. They already told. They only want Young Thug. Press one. What you gonna do? Come on, trolls, people who pump who pump up this behavior. What you gonna do? Are you gonna stand 10 toes down and risk 150 years? Look at your family and gamble with your life. Woo! You know what you're gonna look like in 50 years? Woo! You gonna stand 10 toes down? 50 years, and the for what? Can I ask for what? You gonna stand 10 toes down? I know most of them lying. The hell no, they not standing no damn 10 toes down. Who would? Everybody would take probation. Any person with sense. In everybody else community but the black community. Oh yeah, they telling. Real fast. Everybody. Look, 15 years probation or 50 years after trial. So you can stand toe to toe with Young Thug and show him you was with him the whole time. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Well, they did the crime. They did the crime. So that's not the question, Max. The question is, if you do the crime, should you not do the time? They are admitting to the crime, Max. They're admitting to the crime. They have to go to the crime. They have, I did this. I did that. So, what do you do in their situation? That's half of your life. 50 years? It could be less. Niggas is dying at 47, 55, 61. Boy, 35. Shit. Is it really worth it? All these rappers are going to be broke for the next 10 years. I'm not asking if they're going to be broke, Leon. It seems you got something in your brain that stops you from comprehending. Press one. Something in your brain stops you from comprehending. 188 months or 600 months. 15 years probation or 50 years jail time. Weigh the evidence and make a decision. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Max don't understand, Ghost. Max just talking in the chat room. He talking about, then they do the time then. He acting like somebody wife, somebody baby mama. Listen, bruh. Can you hear? This is the thing, bruh. They're accepting responsibility. You got to call it in, Max. You playing. You playing. Y'all playing. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what I mean, Max. You just talking. You like to do more talking in the chat room. I noticed that. Y'all niggas just like to type real fast and get it out the way. That's not what I'm doing. I don't do that no more. I gave that shit up. I used to do that with y'all, and that shit led me nowhere. Fuck all that. Call it in. You see the females out there with the number on the screen. Yeah, don't talk to me from behind. If I wanted this type of conversation, I'll just go to Whack 100 Clubhouse. Press 1. No, I expect more. I'll just go to Whack 100. Press 1. I'll just go to Whack 100. Whack 100 does the best when it comes to bullshit penitentiary. You know what you signed up for. Press 1. I ain't doing that this year, bro. I would have went to Whack. Press 1.
I'm trying to interact with you, Max. You just want to type real fast, huh? Hood news. These niggas want to hurry up and respond and be the first ones without no logical nothing, huh, Amelia? You don't think YouTube? Press my YouTube. YouTube. That's all right, man. That's all right. Y'all be scared to talk. I'm cool. I was born with a gift, I guess, to talk and have confidence. Y'all ain't playing me no more. Mm-mm. Let the women do that. Let the women trolls do that shit, bruh. But listen to Whack 100. I can listen to Whack 100 and say, let me get an ignorant perspective on this ordeal, which we will do. But first, before we do that, I want to give my audience, especially Wish, because Wish used to be a criminal. Press 1. So we got YSL gang member pleads guilty, agree to testify against Young Thug, and we got the judge, okay? So I want to point this in the right of the judge. I want you to understand that this judge is trying to put these dummies on game. I ain't never seen a judge. Well, yes, I have. Yes, I have. But this judge trying to put these fools on game and tell them, because we all know they fools, because 90% of us will take the 15 years probation. It don't mean we punks. Don't mean it don't mean y'all punk. It mean you made a rational decision in your life, and you can't be a criminal no more. Press 1. You got to give the game up. The game don't want you because you a rat on them, and then you got to be a straight up civilian. You can't do nothing. You just got to get a job like everybody else. You wore out your get out of jail free cards. Press 1. So that's the decision. Could you stop being a criminal and we'll let you back out? Or you want to maintain your street credibility and go to prison for 50 years because you can't tell the difference of holding yourself accountable. You want to go home or you want to go to prison for 50 years till your brain click. And when you turn next year, it's going to click and say, I should have went home. So why don't you just go home? That's the perspective of the court. And then your friends and the thug community and culture and rappers and social media, they're going to call you a snitch. So you got to wait. Do I want to please my friends? Do I want to please social media, my rap career, even though everything is over? Or do I want to, in God we trust, hold myself accountable? I don't want to be a criminal no more. It don't take 50 years for me to say I'm not a criminal no more. I can go right now. I made the decision. What would you do as a viewer? You ever saw that show? What would you do? That's what they playing in real life. What the fuck would you do? Shout out to my super chat, whoever this is. Janetta Daniels. Shout out to you, Queen. She didn't write anything, but I guess she's enjoying the show. Shout out to you. Chances of them going back is high. I don't know about that. Call it in. I don't know about the chances of them going back. What do you mean the chances of them going back is high? Talk to me. Don't just write it in my chat room, Crenshaw veteran. Don't just write shit in Press 1. Tell Crenshaw, shut up. Don't just type in this nigga chat room. Get up on the stage and say something if you got something to say. What you talking about? The prices of... You niggas been typing in my chat room since Nipsey Hussle. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. You get yourself blocked. You got to call the hotline. 424-209-9506. What you mean the chance of them going back is high? What the fuck does that mean? Press 1? What the fuck does that mean? If you can't call in and put your voice on it, then you ain't talking about shit. YouTube street rules in full effect. Are you rocking with you? I'm rocking with me. Press 1. Yeah, I ain't carrying y'all burden no more, girl. Y'all, you on your own. You come to class or you fuck around in my chat room right now, bro. You gonna call it in. I'm not here to talk to you from my chat room, nigga. You ain't that cool. This KevRow University, Channel 54. The fuck you think this is? Crenshaw Veteran Channel? No, that shit garbage. Press 1. That shit weak. Press 1. You supposed to be... we gonna force them to call in and shit, bro. That shit weak, bro. Coffee and Kush TV Junior, you're on the air. What up, champion? This the one and only. Come on, man. I got voicemail. I got all that. What's happening? All right, for sure. But that. So what? So what? So what? So you and your girl watching my show and you taking time out for what? Why are you watching my show with other females? You know they just trying to get you to watch me because they really like me and you the dummy for watching me. You know that, right? You know your girl just like to say, hey, baby, let's just go troll Kev, but she really found me very attractive, warming, smart as shit. Press 1. The only man to stand up against all foreigners. Press 1 communities. Best stop trolling me with your own girl, my nigga. 424-209-9506 is the program. KevRow University, Channel 54. They be like, Kev, what's up? What's up, man? What's up? Really, they be like, bro, my girl making me troll you, bro. My girl, bro. My girl don't fell in love with you while I'm trolling you. I'm trying to set you up, Kev, and my girl don't fell in love with you and told you all my business. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air, what up? You on the air, what up? You on the air, what up, champion? All right, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go, man. Next. Ready to go. See why I ain't got time to fool with y'all, bro? Coffee and Kush TV, a one-man show. Coffee, Channel 54 News. YSL snitching. Is it okay if everybody else snitched? Would you take 15 years or 50 years? Would you take probation or 50 years straight? Where's Crenshaw Veteran? See, Crenshaw Veteran is in Clubhouse. He's watching all of the chat rooms. He's stealing all of the good notes, and he's gonna come over here with all of the hood conversation. I don't need it. I don't need it. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What up? What up? Am I bugging? Hello? I gotta be bugging. I gotta be bugging. Well, I'm going to the video. Fuck the calls. I'm going to the video and listen to the judge. Just for the classroom. Listen to the judge and what he's doing as far as laying this down. I'm gonna go here, and I need my class to take notes. All the rest of these folk, they can do whatever they want to. I want y'all to pay attention to how the judge lays this down and how you're supposed to hold yourself accountable according to whatever it is that you're going through. Whatever it is that you're going through, you're supposed to hold yourself accountable. Let's go to the video.
Purposes of posterities, but she's
Hello?
ready to do that this time, okay?
We're ready, Michael.
What up? Oh, hold up. Hold up, I got you. Crenshaw, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Crenshaw? Maybe it's fucked up. Maybe you can't. I don't know.
Ready, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am, go right ahead.
Your Honor, as it relates to Mr. Tanquarius Mender, Mr. Mender is charged with count 1 of the indictment, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, which carries a sentence of 5 to 20 years. He's also charged with count 44 of the indictment, which is possession of a weapon by an incarcerated individual, which carries a sentence of 1 to 5 years. Count 45, possession of a telecommunication device by an incarcerated individual, which carries a sentence of 1 to 5 years. And last, count 46, which is participation in criminal street gang activity, which carries a sentence of 5 to 20 years. Mr. Mender is an ANC recidivist. The state did file a recidivist notice on December 9th of this year. If Mr. Mender was found guilty of all the counts in the indictment, he'd be looking at a maximum exposure of 50 years to serve in prison.
And now, could you explain the difference, I think, for Ms. I'm sure that Ms. Fagan has probably explained that to her client, but can you tell Mr., for the benefit of the record, and for Mr. Mender's benefit, what potentially may happen if he were to be convicted of any of these particular counts? Like what would, under A or C?
Yes, if he's convicted of any of the counts, as an ANC recidivist, Mr. Mender, you would have to get the maximum amount on for that charge, and then whatever time the court gives you, which if it was to be the maximum, you have to spend every day door to door. Which means you have to spend every day in custody.
He had no good time.
No.
It's a to-the-door sentence.
Yes. He would get any credit for a time served.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
But anything else would be a full sentence door to door.
So his max is 50 years?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and what's the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's offer for Mr. Mender as to count 1 is 16 years to serve 1 year, committed to time served, with a balance of 15 years on probation. The state would offer that his probation could be terminated upon successful completion of the first 10 years of this sentence, provided that he violated no provisions of the agreement or no special conditions of the agreement, and that he violates no law of the state of Georgia. As to count 44, the state's recommendation is 5 years to serve 1 year, commuted to time served, with a balance to be served on probation, concurrent with count 1. As to count 45, it would be 5 years to serve 1 year, commuted to time served in confinement. Commuted to time served, followed by 4 years on probation, concurrent with counts 1 and 44. And count 46 would be 16 years to serve 1 year, commuted to time served, followed by 15 years on probation, concurrent with count 1, 44, and 45. Will be the offer. Mr. Mender also is currently on another indictment, 21 SC 178250.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Probation, please, somebody said. 15 years. You about to serve the rest of the 15 years on probation. That year you serve, you up out of here. Press one. Hold up, good. You gone today, bro. All you gotta do, press 1. I think he's thinking hard at this. Press 1. Look at his face. And he looks like he's thinking pretty hard at this offer. He said, you can go home today, Lord have mercy. Jeez Louise. You can go home, bro. You serve the rest of your time home with your family, your kids, this one and that one. What would you do?
Their indictment, 21 SC 178250. In this case, as a part of the agreement, would run concurrent with that case whenever he resolved that other case, Your Honor.
Is that before me or before another division?
It is in this division currently, Your Honor. And that's being handled by ADA Lauren Jansen with the state.
You bet not. You bet. Sir, what do you mean no? Wait a minute, sir. Wait one damn. What? Say you can go home today. You want to go home today? You want to go home? Hell no, I want to go home. Look at this.
Does he have bond on that case ending in 250?
No bond.
I don't believe he has a bond on that case. No,
He
he's
does
in no,
not.
he has a no bond status.
Oh my goodness.
But on this case, is potentially he could go home today.
Correct. If he was given
Oh my goodness. Oh.
a bond, he would, this case, he would not have served any jail time on this
All right.
case.
Okay.
And that offer will also conclude today, Your Honor.
Oh my stomach hurt. What? Oh shit. What? Y'all what y'all doing in the chat room? 424-209-9506. Just let me know what you would do in this situation. This is crazy. We'll just do this. Shout out to my chat room. Shout out to my Cash App. Someone donated Kanisha White. Shout out to you. Shout out to Taj. And shout out to D.I.J. with a $100 Cash App. Shout out to you, King.
Ms. Fagan, have you communicated that to your client in terms of does that correctly summarize the plea agreement or the potential plea offer, I should say?
The only change was that he wasn't aware of the concurrent status for the second case. At this time, though, he still maintains a not guilty plea.
Sure.
Oh, so he wants to run it. He didn't know about the concurrency. You're going to run them both concurrent and say you getting out right now.
Respectfully rejects the offer.
So you reject the offer and you getting out. Okay.
And
Crazy.
we announce ready for trial.
Okay, Mr. Mender, I'll tell you and I'll tell Mr. Beebe and Mr. Stevens the same thing, okay? At this point, you have the absolute right to plead not guilty, and that's what the law will presume, and the court will, of course, instruct that you have a presumption, and the presumptions and protections you enjoy as a criminal accused. You have to decide for yourselves what you want to do in this particular case. Depending upon the results or the outcome of the trial. The only thing I would tell you, Mr. Mender.
Oh my God. Maybe this is he got no accountability written all over
Unknown
his
caller.
Jeez Louise.
Brian King.
Brian King, what up, champion?
Hey, how you doing, Professor? This is Brian
my
King.
God. What up, sir?
Oh my God. There's no way I'm gonna be sitting there in court smiling, shaking my head, talking about I'm gonna risk it and go to trial. And I know at trial, all they gotta do is say I'm guilty and I'm mandatory. I'm gonna, without a doubt, have to serve 50 years.
That's 50 years right there.
And I can go home and just be on and they gotta listen, because they said if you take the plea, he's going home, and if he successfully do 10 years on probation, they'll end it at really 10 years. Even though it say 15, they said they'll end it at 10 years. So you really just got to do it for 10 years of probation. And I heard arguments before saying, oh, that's impossible because you can get violated on probation for so many things. Well, if you continue to, not repent and change from your ways, yeah, you can, easily get back, violated on probation. But that's not fully taking responsibility of what you will have to do in a plea and saying, I'm going to get out, change my ways, change my mindset, and you ain't going to be violated. And so you just have to get out and do what you have to do. At the end of the day, you sitting there in court, ain't no way I'm going to take a chance in the system and go to trial, and they already got evidence because I'm sitting here locked up. So it's the reason I'm here. People taking pleas all over the place. The leader, Easton, stupid. I'm in here, not able to eat a good meal and nothing. And you think I'm gonna take it to court and have my heart drop in front of everybody, and I got to do 50 years? No, it ain't no way I'm gonna do that.
I like the way you put that. I don't think any criminal will call in and say the opposite. I mean, my man said to have your heart drop in front of everybody. Hell,
Yeah. He ain't gonna be sitting there smiling when they tell him he's guilty and he got to go for show for 50 years. That's over with.
Let me ask
That's
you.
over
Let
with.
me
I'd
ask you a
rather go
question, young man.
risk it in the world. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you ain't lying. Let me ask you a question, young man. Uh, uh, let me see. Let me see. This is such a crazy question, but would you does he have a paid attorney or is that a public defender?
I'm gonna tell you something. I think that's a public offender. That's what I think. I'm not 100% sure, but the reason why I said that because I think I heard the judge say something like he's familiar with that attorney and stuff like that. So I think she might work for the state. If I'm not mistaken, I think that might be a public offender because he's. I think what he's about to say in that speech to him at that time is like, I know your attorney very well. She's a good attorney, and she gonna smile, you know, that lady or whatnot. But when he was even shaking his head, smiling, I think they really just they don't understand law. I don't think, and they so caught up in like I think the mindset of being a criminal that they really don't realize the plea and what that does. Like I had to plead. I had to take a no contest plea in Florida when I was 16, and that was because and I actually didn't do what I was getting charged for, but I knew that I was there for a reason. God had me there for a reason. I'm not going to take it to trial and risk getting a max sentence. My plea deal was just go do some community service and an anger management class, and I was good. and so I took that, and I mean, I had to write a letter to the people saying that I was sorry.
Right.
So I felt like I was admitting that I was wrong, but in a no contest deal, you know, my adjudication was withheld, which means I wasn't officially charged on those charges. So I still can vote. I can still have my gun, you know, because they was third-degree felony. So it was me having to realize, and I had a public defender, but I'm not dumb. So I had to think about what they were saying, and I knew that it made sense.
So he's
looking at
he's talking to his attorney like he got a high paid attorney. He's whispering in her ear. You know, that's how you do when you paid $100,000 for the attorney. You get to talking and going and laughing, and no, they ain't finna get me. He's acting.
Well,
but
the thing,
go ahead.
even if he got a paid attorney, Tory Lanez had a paid attorney, and look where he at right now. So that's one of the things where you gotta know, like, yeah, you can have a paid attorney, but it's still no matter what you're doing in that court, it's not on your attorney, it's on God.
Look at Andrew Tate
and that judge. Yeah, exactly. So you can have money, all that money, but it's judgment is judgment, and so that's why you got to just be smart.
So
even if you had a paid attorney, my thing is, Kurt, the leader. There's other people taking plea deals. The leader is sitting there. Y'all are caught. Y'all busted. This ain't no, just you sitting on there by yourself. You getting accused for something, and this is y'all all up there looking dumb. One dude already left. Ain't no way I would be sitting in there and gonna already been home for a week. Probably, you know what I'm saying? I'm going too. So, I just don't see him winning. I don't see no individual in this case winning a case because it's tied with multiple different people and there's evidence all across the board. So for you to win your case, it's like saying you wasn't a part of it, and you, even though you are part of the group, and there's people admitting that that's what y'all do. And you
probably got defendants saying they was with you when they did the crime.
Exactly, and they taking a plea, admitting it. So you just going against other people's pleas and other people. It's not going to end well. It would literally just be dumb for you to take it to trial.
So observing it. So your input is I put up a voting system here. There's been 201 votes. Most people said they'd take the 15 years probation, even if they didn't do it. It's just a better outcome for everybody. And the 50 years prison course. Which one would you take? 15 years probation or 50 years?
I'm part of that 201. I voted. I'm taking the probation. I'm going home that day.
Even if
I know how to. I know how the process works. Put me back in that van, take me behind the courtroom, get me back there, let's fill out that paperwork, and let me get home and change my ways. I'm not.
So Yeah.
So it's about accepting that and growing from within from that situation. Well, I don't know, but
So you telling? Is that what you saying? Because all of them. Wait a minute. I got to do this for all my. I got to make sure we get this on record, Brian. You know you got. Don't do no crime around Brian, because if it came down to this shit, tell him, Brian. Tell him. You're telling. Am I correct? All right. I just wanted to make sure. When the judge tell you to look at that jury and explain to them what you and DeMarcus was doing, what you gonna do? You gonna fuck that 50 years? I'm with you, brother. I hear that, man. Well, to each his own. I hear you, brother. I hear you. There's a lot of cell phones that's coming out, new video games, haircut, there's job opportunities. Oh, shit, my man said that's a long time. I hear you, Brian. Thank you, sir, for the call, my man. Lord have mercy. My man said he looking right at the judge, at the jury. My man said he pointing, and he's going to dictate exactly what him and DeMarcus was doing up that street. He made the deal. He's going home. Woo! Woo! Shit, that was hilarious, Brian. Jeez. Derek said a career telling. Press 1. My audio's messed up. I apologize. I didn't mean for it. Sometimes it happens. I can't do nothing about it. I hope it's not too messed up. To where you couldn't hear Brian. But oh my goodness, he made my heart stop on that one. Good one, Brian. That's good. Coffee and Kush TV.
Sometimes I got to switch over. Sometimes microphones, and it happens. But you heard Brian though, and I respect him. He kept it real. He's more honest than any person who's called in. Most of these people would say, "I won't tell. I'm not going to do that." But be in court telling. At least Brian said, "Don't do no crimes around him. He's not in it. He got things to do tomorrow. He got work. Press 1. He got to get up in the morning and go to work." Snitch Nation in this thing. Eddie Jones. If they're snitching, maybe they're not criminals. Whack 100 is quoted saying, "All civilians are not snitches." Press 1. I'm a civilian. Eddie Jones, you a civilian. All of us are civilians. So we can tell. That's funny to us because, you feel me? That's funny to us. What we supposed to do? What we supposed to do? Just keep up the criminality? No, bro. That's what you got. King AK-47, Seti Nash, DJ Academics, every nigga on Clubhouse. That's what y'all got them for. We regular civilians, bro. We ain't got no warrants. Press 1 if you ain't got warrants. And the police.
Hey man, it's not our fault, bro. Niggas ain't got warrants, bro.
I ain't no criminal. Press 1. Nigga ain't got no warrant. I can do live podcast. The thing about it is, people act like, nigga, we supposed to be criminals. Nigga, I ain't no criminal. Bro, I lived a good life, bro. I ain't trying to be no criminal. I don't want to think like one. I take that shit serious, bro. In God we trust. They did what? They put me on the. I'm not finna go to jail for behind no damn street rule. I ain't did nothing. Niggas be wanting you to go to jail for dumb stuff. Sir, you know if you say you did it, bro, that's snitching. But I'm the only one on the crime. You gonna snitch on yourself? Press 1. What you gonna do? Well, they said if I just admit what I did wrong, press 1, you ain't gonna get no respect. But I'm the only one on the crime. Well, I told on myself. Oh, no, bro, the street ain't gonna respect you because your paperwork gonna come out. And it's gonna say you told. On who? On yourself. If you're a threat, we your homies. We here to save you against threats, against foreign and domestic, against yourself. Press 1. But I don't want to go to jail for 15 years. This is my first time. They said I can get out. Nigga, hold your chin up high and go up in there, bro, and just admit nothing. Say you going to trial. Press 1. That's what niggas be acting like, bro. But it's just me. So I don't know. Brian doesn't look like he's going to be in prison anytime soon. And if he does crimes with people, he already said he telling because he got a child on the way. He got aunties that love him. Press 1. They be crying on the phone. You need to think about your family and your kids. Press 1. I'm Brian. Nigga, me too. I feel that. Nigga, right now, you don't need to be thinking about Young Thug. Young Thug, they already got him. He just sitting there. He just want to talk to somebody in jail. He said he going to get his boobs done. Yeah. Are you going to be fucking him? Press 1. Are you going to be making love to Young Thug or me and watching your kid and doing good in life? Now you can't be a gangbanger no more because all your friends. Now you just with me. We can leave. We can be like Jada Pinkett.
Unknown
Press 1.
caller.
We can leave this. Come on, Kane. We can leave this community. Press 1.
Okay.
Coffee and Kush TV. You on the air.
Hey, what's going on, Kev? This B.E.T calling in.
What up with it?
Man, I'm listening to your show, and I got my youngest son. He up this morning with me. I had him listening to it. He listened to talk about all this time and to give us a good example on why we got to live lawful. And you brought up, would you do the 50 years or do the 15? And then him talking, he weighing in. All right, if I don't tell, I'm doing 50 years. He like, if I'm 20, that's 70. So that's a life sentence.
Hold up.
Okay.
You absolutely right. Sir, you're 20 years old. You will be grandpa. You won't have no grandkids, but you'll be grandpa when you get out. Go ahead.
Right. All right. Then, all right, if I do tell, all right, I get 15 years probation. And I explained to him, if you do probation in any state, you can't leave the state without permission. So you stuck in the state where you told it.
Yes.
So now you got the chance, a major chance of those who you told on killing you. So this is what he told me. He like, you know what? I just don't want to do no crime, Daddy. He like, man, can I go play video games? You don't even want to talk about it no more. I was like, man, go play video games.
He don't even want to play Grand Theft Auto.
Man, look, he burnt out. He in there driving the car. Man, let me go drive a car, man. I don't want none of that. So man, hey, I appreciate.
Sometimes you just gotta move.
Yeah, and my thing is, man, look, when I was younger, I got in trouble. I thank God that I ain't had to be in no position like that. And everybody with that, my partner stuff, man, they gonna tell on you, and that's what I'm explaining to him. Hey, man, all that hold it down,
so do you
man,
tell
they ain't gonna
first?
hold you down.
So do you tell first, or what do you do? What do you do? The thing is, if you're facing 15 years probation or 50 years prison time, what are you going to tell them? Do you tell them to give the gang up, weighing the situation of everybody's already telling? They only want him, the boss, who's sitting there looking at everybody like, why y'all leaving? Press
Right.
So is he telling? Are you telling? Are you going home, sir? I'm talking to you, not your son. You.
I know.
You going home? Or are you telling? Are you gonna snitch?
Man,
look, me personally, all right, I'm supposed to be a gangster doing all the stuff they doing, right?
With
All right,
kids, with kids,
man,
yes.
with kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now look, check it out. This is me. Number one, I'm just gonna tell you this, then I'm gonna answer. I don't even put myself in no position like
Sir,
that.
that's not
Okay,
part of
but
the
if I hold on,
program,
here I
sir.
go. Okay, here I go. Man, look, I gotta take them 15 years. When I get out, I'm gonna keep it real. Like if I'm gonna go and do life, my life gonna, hey, I'm gonna have to go and just do what I gotta do out here.
Wait,
I'm gonna
wait,
live
wait,
straight,
wait,
and then
wait. You take so you're
I'm gonna
snitching.
take the 15.
You taking the
I have
15
to.
years? Why you got to?
I have to.
Why?
Otherwise, cause that's a life sentence. We just said I'm not even 20. I'm done. You done.
But what about your friends that you went to jail with? They're gonna snitch.
Man, they telling too. They telling.
Young, the
They
boss ain't
already
telling.
telling.
The boss ain't done. He ain't told yet.
Yeah, he hadn't. But I'm gonna keep it real, man. Hey, I don't want to be no snitch, but damn, I'm not going to do no life sentence for nobody, Kev. I'm sorry, I can't do that.
So you're not gonna stand 10
I
toes
said,
down. You out of there.
Man, look. That's it. Like everybody gonna say what sound cool, but in reality, when they got you behind the wall, they finna tell. So I'm gonna keep it real.
I
The
think there's
15
somebody
years,
tough out there, man. If we got some tough people in our community, we'll wait. Thank you for the call and thank you for your vote, sir.
All right, brother.
My man. So he's telling. He tried to act like he wasn't gonna tell, but he had to admit the truth. He telling. He didn't think about that bullet in his head. That he he didn't think about none of that shit. I'm telling. If anybody that's not telling, that's not telling, feel free to call it in. You stand 10 toes down with your gang, where most people on the indictment is already telling. The state is confident. The prosecution is a black woman, it seems. She's like the detective from the first 48. Press 1. That's going to be a powerful sister up there looking you in your face like one of your aunties as she laid a hammer down. Like as Brian said, could your heart take? There is no get back. You cannot take the other one. You know what you did. Coffee and Kush TV. Don't do the crime if what? I don't know. We not talking about if you. We talking about if you did the crime. If you did the crime, are you telling with that plea deal? 50 or 15? What do you want? You want 15 years probation or you want 50 years? Which crime do you want? You ready to tell the truth? Yes or no? Which one are you taking? That's some cold shit. Press 1. That's some that's some cold shit right there. That's some cold shit. Finger pick one right now. You want to go home today and tell us what happened, or you want to right now? That's tough, man. Are you willing to? Stitches get attacked. Happy New Year. Snitches get attacked. Snitches get stitches. Happy New Year. Kiki Green says snitches get stitches, but not snitching get you 50 years. Do you want stitches or 50 years? Do you want snitches get stitches or you want 50 years? Which one do you want? It's easy to say snitches get stitches, but what about you?
Unknown caller.
Kiki Green, you telling. You telling. You a woman with children, y'all telling. Y'all be the first one told on that. And we didn't do nothing but rob the liquor store. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What up?
Hello, sir.
Hey.
I misspoke.
What's going on?
This is Deborah.
Deborah, so 15 years probation?
Oh,
Or
sir.
50 years, Deborah. 50 years straight, door to door. What do you got?
Sir, I changed my vote. Hearing the full facts, I am guilty as charged. Please have mercy on me.
So you guilty. You going
I'm
in,
taking the 15.
but 15 months on probation, meaning you go home, you don't do nothing else, you don't have any weapon, you don't do any crime. You must be a good old citizen, Deborah, for the remainder of your time. Or do you want to sit in prison?
Yes, sir.
But you got to tell on your friend Barbara. See, Deborah, Is Barbara. Barbara sitting there and she's defiant. She don't want to say what happened. She's taking a 50. Now Barbara says to you, Deborah, you're a snitch if you rat us out and you don't rob 10 banks, you don't shot 4 people. What you gonna do? Are you gonna go with her silly self?
Oh, I didn't know I killed people.
No, you shot him. You didn't kill him. You shot him. You shot him.
Oh, I didn't kill him. It was a moment of passion or something.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Like that.
It doesn't matter what you did because we have your accountability right here. You want the deal? Are you guilty?
I'm snitching.
You guilty?
I'm snitching. I'm guilty. I'm snitching. I'm guilty.
You snitch. And you get that's right. So what's on your mind today?
I've got babies.
You got babies to think about,
I got
right?
babies.
Grandbaby.
Yeah, there's children out there that have to be shown.
That's right, and
they can't be shown if I don't repent.
That's right. You want to go to their graduation? You ain't gonna be able to go to their first marriage. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing. So you got to tell her what happened.
They may never look at me again. I may never see them again for the crimes I've committed. But I must repent. I must show them that I can repent and change my life so that they ever come to that situation. They will know that in God we trust.
Oh my goodness!
In God we trust.
So that in God we trust. In God we trust. Yeah. It's just God right there saying, "Do you want 15 years probation, Deborah, for your transgression? I know you got a good heart in there. You're going to do great because I know you. Or do you want 50 years? Do you want to test my judgment?" That's God talking. So you're taking the 15 years. You're guilty, and you telling on Barbara.
Yes, sir, and probably 30 other I got in my back pocket that I just been waiting.
Just give it on up. Yeah.
I'm a narc.
Just let it up. Just let it out. Yeah, you've been a criminal. You ain't been shit this whole time. Just let it on out. Anything else?
Yeah. No, sir. Thank you for the show. Thank you for my life. Goodbye, sir.
She does. Old people telling. Old people telling. They're telling. They know, man. You may listen. I'm changing my life. You got to go to church now and be a good regular person. A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't change their life. They want to be criminals forever, especially in our community. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Call me Eagle is a hater. Get up out of here. Don't matter if she want to read a verse or not. You gonna read a verse. Don't matter. Call me Eagle. Get up out of here. If Deborah want to read a verse for God, she can read a verse. If you was in jail facing 50 years, you would need a person like Deborah to read the word of God.
Unknown caller.
A lot of y'all little niggas just be talking just to talk. I don't even like y'all.
Dr. Tate Jr.
I don't even like y'all. No way. Hold up, homie. You feel me? Word up. I don't like them anyway, so none of that shit matter to me. Hold on, Sabi Jr. You know, most of these dudes been watching Kev Gills for years, hating on me in the background. Call yourself Fly Eagle or whoever. I don't like y'all, so stay away from my shit. Nobody care about your opinion. You ain't got nothing on this. Never did, never will. Press 1. Nobody care about your opinion. Take that shit over to your pay. Oh, you don't have an opinion worth anybody watching. Coffee and Kush TV, Dr. Sabi Jr., the herbalist. You're on the air. What up?
Yeah, bro. I couldn't hear you earlier, and she's trolling you. That's what I was trying to tell you.
So who's trolling me?
Amelia.
I don't care about none of that. So what? You got money to make. Stick your hand out. Stick your hand out. Go in front of McDonald's and beg for change, bro. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I said, can you block?
Listen, bro. I don't care about that. Care about none of that KevRow or nothing. I told you was a lame. Most of you niggas is lame. You got these women out here watching and y'all around. Well, you worried about other women. Bro, Amelia is in class, starstruck right now. She getting healing. She got herbal living and she getting real healing from KevRow. Press 1. Now go on back over there and sit your retarded ass down, bro, and go beg for change. Huh, Amelia? Press 1, Amelia. Tell him go sit his broke ass down by himself some new shoes. If you weren't worried about what Amelia was doing, you'll have change in your hand. You will have money, but you worried about her and what she's doing in the chat room. You should be worried about yourself. If you're a man, you worry about yourself. Then the woman, Amelia, finds you, but you so broken down, you stuck in your own realm like these guys, and you think that you still got it, and you don't. Press 1, he's broken down. Sir, you got it. He be doing YouTube videos like this. Hi, y'all. Welcome to my YouTube page. It's Dr. Sabi Jr. Hold on. Sir, you got 15 cents? I need to buy a burger. Sir, you're live on the air. Press button. Hit that like button and subscribe. I'm the realest. I'm the realest nigga in it. You already know. Got Trap of the Year 3 times in a row. Press button. Hit that like button. Dr. Sabi, Dr. Shiva, Dr. Sabi Jr., this nigga is going to take 50 years so he can have great meals forever. Press 1. Nigga, you want one? Bro, I ain't got no change, bro. I got the rest of my, hold on. I got the rest of my cinnamon, bro. I ain't got no change on YouTube. I got the rest of the cinnamon, bro. You want some? Rest of my coffee. You want one? Kev, I know you. You got 15 cents. Ain't nothing like a man to mathematically 15 cent his way to $12 an hour. Press 1. This nigga got food stamp. He got low income and he beg. Lord have mercy. And he beg. I can't help it. Press 1. He calling in. Kev, no. Arguing with his phone. I got reception. Press 1. I got to call the court show. Kev got a news channel. Press 1. Kev got letters and shit at the bottom of his screen. I'm trying to get on the air, nigga. Coffee and Kush TV. KevRow University. Steady moving up in the world. Steady moving up. Today we're talking about YSL, Andrew Tate, sex trafficking, J.P. Morgan, the Virgin Islands. Every and anything is on the line. Press 1. The end of the world. Craig. Press 1. I'm top flight security of the world, Craig. Press 1. The whole world. Not just this little ass parking lot, nigga. The whole fucking world. Press 1. Look at them hoes over there. The chat police. They the chat police. Whatever, champ. What I do know is I'm leaning towards the 15 years, bro. I don't want to be in jail with a group of niggas who smell like Dr. Sabi Jr. The last nigga I want in my dorm while I'm in jail is a nigga like Dr. Sabi Jr. who shitted on himself on his way in. Press 1. I hate these type of niggas. He ain't got no money on his books. Press 1. Nothing. Anyway, sorry, Dr. Sabi. I needed time break from these two guys. We're going back to the coverage of Snitchgate 2023.
Depending upon the results or the outcome of the trial. The only thing I would tell you, Mr. Mender, is the most...
That nigga looked at his attorney like, man, how much I paying you an hour, man? I ain't taking no deal, man. I'm a real Negro. I ain't taking no deal.
Mr. Mender, is the most, and I'm sure that Ms. Fagan, she's a very fine attorney. Seen her work. But trials, there's one thing about trials, it's uncertainty. You don't know what's going to happen.
Damn, even his public defender like, yeah, he right. Boy, he right. Look at him. Boy, this nigga right. Hey, Lori, look. Yeah, he right. But, Lori, the worst time in the world I ever had was listening to them damn chains every time I moved. I said, God, I'll never do it again. I feel like they trying to sell me to Wakanda. Lord have, I thought when I got out of jail, it was going to be a ship boat. Press 1, I thought it was going to be a Black Star Line ship ready to get me to Africa or some shit. That's how long. I hate them shackles. Lord have mercy. For you to move, nigga, you can't do nothing, bro.
So, you got to beat 4 counts.
You got to beat 4 counts. You got to beat 4 counts. You hear that, criminals?
If you don't beat them, what will happen is, under this A and C recidivist statute, I have to, under the law, sentence you to the maximum sentence.
You know, when a person does this, press 1, when the father either have his hand on his chest like that, or he have his hand on the table, he's really concerned about your knowledge of what you're up against. Press 1, what's your options? You're never going to get these options back. I'm better than a lead attorney. Press 1. You're never going to get those options back. Now, I want you to pay attention at this. When I'm a judge on Judge Gills, press 1. If I ever put my hands up on my chest like this or extend that hand out to the table, I'm serious. I may like you, but I'm very serious. Press 1.
And then whatever I sentence you to, you serve to the door. That's not anything I have any discretion over. It's not anything because I don't like you or because of what you're being charged with or whatever. Those have nothing to do with anything. That's what the state of Georgia, the legislature has mandated that I sentence you to. So one of the things a plea does is you know what you're getting. It caps your exposure.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, you know what you're getting, champion.
So, and what the state's telling you today is if you take the plea today, this is what you're going to get, and this is what I probably sentence you to, and you're done. You got to decide that for yourself. You can't be worried about any of these other folks that are attached to this indictment.
Oh my goodness.
Because a plea is individual to that particular person for those particular reasons that he or she feels is of best interest to them, not anybody else. So if you want a couple minutes out to talk with Ms. Fagan about that, nobody will be the wiser, and certainly, but if you don't wish to do so, that's fine too. You'll get the fairest trial that the law demands and expects you to get. You will get that.
Oh my goodness. What would you do? Are you telling? Royal Purple, are you telling? Brian King said he's standing up at that moment, so that's all he needed. Press 1.
I, as a trial judge, will make sure that that occurs. But one of the things I cannot do is I can't force the state at the end of trial to pull this recidivist notice. If you get convicted, they can maintain it, and you'll serve every day of it. And Ms. Fagan can ask them to pull it, and they can say no. I can't make them do that. So you got a lot to think about. So I'll give you a few more minutes to ponder that, because that is, when they file a recidivist notice, they have basically, in poker terms.
Yeah, man, all that looked nice and that nose flared up, bro. That looked like King Von attorney. The prince said he's telling. Ooh, that's a solid judge too, huh, Brian King? He trying to let you know, bro. All you got to do, Brian, you can go home today, Brian King. You can go home and play video games. Press 1. You can go feed your dog, get a haircut, live on a couch. You can do whatever. You better not break another law. Bruh, these people in the chat room said they telling. Lord have mercy.
They called. Like, what do you want to do? So,
Lori said everybody telling. That's just hilarious. You can sit there all you want, bro. Y'all niggas be pumping people. Y'all ain't finna pump me up in court. Y'all niggas in the chat room, if they gave me a chance, Your Honor, can I look at the chat room, please, before I make my decision? And I look in my damn chat room and y'all talking about don't tell, take it like a champ. We'll see you in 2073. Y'all got me fucked up in this chat room. All you tough guys out there, Lord have mercy. You guys are...
They have basically, in poker terms, they called. Like, what do you want to do? So, I'll let you think about that and you can let me know.
He don't want to think, Your Honor. He know he a thug. He a criminal. He don't want to think.
If not...
He got a new album finna drop. called No Telling. It's the same beat as No Flocking, like Kodak Black, but it's No Telling. I'm taking mines on the chin. Press 1.
And we'll see you next week for trial.
What you think he telling? Oh, this nigga watch too many court shows. He think if you bend over like that, you got a chance. Woo! Everybody know that's a state pretender. Oh Lord have mercy. The only thing he's saying is you gonna go to prison. Don't worry, I'm gonna beat it. Press 1. I'm gonna beat it for you.
Mr. Beebe, where are you?
Here, y'all. Judge, we're in a similar situation. We would reject the state's offer.
Reject the state's offer. Oh my God, this nigga want to get
As provided on record, Your Honor. However, Mr. Beebe would ask the court if the court would hear a non-negotiated plea as to the indictment.
Oh
Unknown
my God,
caller.
poor guy. What about this guy? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, little Tyrone. Coffee and Kush TV, Law and Crime Channel. You on the air? What up?
Hey, it's Brittany.
Brittany, what's going on?
Not much. I just wanted to put this on the air. And if it were me, I would tell as well. If I'm sinning against somebody or if I commit a crime, I'm hurting somebody, I don't want to make it right. So definitely I would be telling.
So
as well.
Even if it's 15 years probation, you cannot commit another crime. Are you going back to prison? You can't own a gun. You can't do nothing but get up, go to work, go to church. We do random drug tests, and you're gonna tell on your friend, so you can get off.
That's right. That's repentance. That's trying to be a better person. So I would
You
do whatever I need
you
to do
sure
to
it's
make
not
things
to
right.
get out of the crime that you just did? It's not. And well, how could you tell the difference between being a better person and being a
I'm going to be
snitch?
honest.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest, and whatever that gets me, that's what it gets me. It's not something that I would need to think about too much. It's just telling the truth and letting that speak for itself.
Okay. What about the snitch jacket and your friends, former friends, knowing you were a snitch?
Got to put God first. Got to do what God would expect me to do. So that couldn't come first.
Oh well.
Because if we're thinking about scripture, and when the Pharisees were saying, like, isn't that Jesus? Isn't that Mary's son? Isn't that James' brother? And his response was, well, who's my mother? Who's my brother? It's those who follow my word. It's those who follow God. So in that case, you have to put God first. You can't let even your family deter you from speaking the truth.
You're absolutely right. I agree with that. Jeez, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Shout out to you, Brittany. Shout out to Brittany. Well, that was clear, concise. I'm telling, she said. I gotta clear my conscience. I ain't finna be with this for the next 50 years. The reason why I got an offer is because God know I ain't finna live with this burden for 50 years. I've been repented. You never know a person's outcome. What I do know is there has been 266 votes, and 87% of all viewers says what? They're taking the 15 years. They're telling on their side of the story. They're getting up out of there back to their wives, kids, and video games, and pizza, and bowling alleys, and movie theaters. They don't want to spend 50 years in a penitentiary with a bunch of people who wish they would have took the deal. Coffee and Kush TV, 424-209-9506. So they're rejecting the deal for sure, for shiggity. Now, this guy, a.k.a. Shitty Cuz #2, our little baby reject, he needs to go, y'all need to get some haircuts and make yourself presentable before a court. Press 1. When you make yourself presentable before a court, at least you got a nice shirt on. So when you do, you don't look like Pookie and Ray Ray. So when you up there.
I would.
Unknown caller.
Let's go to Everett, Washington.
Call from.
Washington State, you're on the air. What up?
Hey, it's Amelia. Good morning.
How are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
15 years?
I just wanted to go.
Talk to me.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you. For me, I would do 50 years.
You would do
for
50 years.
My children. For my children.
50
Let's
years.
just say wrong place. Yeah.
Wait.
For my kids.
50.
Mhm.
Okay, for your kids. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
listening.
the only person I would ever do that for. That's the only one I would ever do that
So
for.
if your kid did a crime.
No, wrong place, wrong time. You know, my child. You know, saying something happened. I don't know what happened, but if my kid's not a bad person, like a murderer or crazy person who doesn't need help, and something happened, like I'm just saying.
Okay,
And
no,
me, my
let's
child,
say
or
no
like that, like I'd be
hypotheticals.
like, I'm going.
No hypotheticals. No hypotheticals. Let's just say, oh well, this the only hypothetical. These are your kids. They either did it or they didn't. The stipulation is you agree to 15 years probation, or you run trial and face 50 years. What are
I
you
would
doing?
do 50 for my kid. I would do 50 for my kids.
15 years probation or 50 years. You have to decide. 15 years.
0.
So you going to prison.
I would do it for my kids. Yeah, hell yeah. For my children, yeah.
50 years.
My kid. Yep.
So you're
That's
not
just me,
taking the
though.
probation. You would tell the kid, never mind, get out the way. I'm going to do the 50 for you. Go live your life.
If we was both caught up and something happened, I'm like, and I'm gonna take 50 years because I'm not snitching on my child, then yeah.
Oh, okay. So if it was your child, you riding it out. You going to trial.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I got you.
That's the only way
got you.
only one I'm gonna write it out for is my children.
Okay, so you gonna just say, fuck it. We both go to trial. Whatever happened, happened.
Yeah, but anybody else, you know what I'm saying? I'd probably be a snitch. And then if they want to call me a snitch, I'd be like, you be a snitch too. Watch Al Qaeda come up in your house. You be calling the police too. Watch some terrorists come up in your house, bitch. You can call the police too.
Oh my goodness. My mama would tell on me. My dad tell him. But thank you, Amelia, for the call. Thank you for that.
For sure.
Yes, ma'am. Shit. She say she doing. If her and her kid, if this was the queso, if this was queso, she would have a stance. But merely in this case, you weren't there. It was merely, would you advise them 15 years or go to fight the case, given the evidence that still has to come out, and you guys go to court and fight that? For his glory say, ain't no way. 50 years? Brian King said it best. Bruh, that's a long time. That's a long time. Do you know what this man gonna look like in 50 years? Woo-wee. Do you know what it's gonna look like in 50 years, y'all? Y'all better be like, listen, y'all better be like this guy.
All right, we're on the record in the matter of the state of Georgia versus Antonio Sledge in 22 SC 183572. Good afternoon, Mr. Wright.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sledge. Good afternoon, Your Honor. And good afternoon.
Because good afternoon, Your Honor. He writing right now. He's signing right now. Press 1. Oh my goodness. He's signing right now. Amanda, he's signing away. Brittany, he's signing right now. He said, good morning, Your Honor. Oh, this is going to be a smart man. Press 1. Woo-wee. We got a smart one on the line. Press 1. Press 1. It seems like this guy has already come to a conclusion. Let's take a listen to this one.
All right, we're on the record in the matter of the state of Georgia versus Antonio Sledge in 22 SC 183572. Good afternoon, Mr. Wright.
Good
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sledge.
Good afternoon, y'all.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. That's a good move, huh, Brian? Brian, like, bro, you couldn't wait to sign your deal, huh, Brian? They go, Brian, right here. Look.
Good afternoon, counsels.
Look at Brian, y'all.
Hilton. Okay, counsels, I understand this is supposed to be a negotiation.
These handcuffs. He looking at that wrist. He say, bro, this y'all finna get off of me. I'm gone, bro.
Please, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Mr. Sledge, can I get you to raise your right hand as best you're able?
Right here. As best as I'm able, right here. Yes, sir.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the evidence you shall give in the matter now in hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God, or so firm?
Yes, I do.
All right, you put your hand.
That's right, brother. You damn right I do. Are you trying to sit at them stainless steel benches? No more, bro. I can't even sit down on my toilet. Oh, bro, they be looking at me. I'm out of here. You damn right I do.
Hand down, sir. All right. Mr. Sledge, over the next several minutes.
I thought he was about to start telling right there. He leaned into that microphone like he was on The Price is Right. I'll bet $18.50, Bob. Press 1.
The evidence you shall give in the matter now in hearing.
That's that Bob Barker. Press 1. That's that Bob. Go speaking to the microphone. You ain't even got to lean in. I believe how many years I should get is time served, Your Honor. Final answer.
Be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God, or so firm?
Yes, I do.
All right, you put your hand down, sir.
You put your hand down,
sir. Mr. Sledge, over the next several minutes, what's going to happen is we're going to go through such a thing called the provincy inquiry.
Look at the police over there. He telling. He about to tell. We want to guard him right now.
Basically, in our system of jurisprudence, we don't force people to plead guilty. So I have to be assured you understand your constitutional rights and that you freely and voluntarily waive those rights so I can go ahead and sentence you. The second...
Damn right, I'm waiving everything I don't know I got. I'm waiving every right. I waived them the first time when I got to jail, and I'm going to waive them again. Do I leave today? Yes, you do.
The thing it does is we go through a factual basis, and I determine if there's a factual basis that the state would have been able to prove in this case beyond a reasonable doubt had they tried the case. Assuming that
all right, y'all. Let's say we went to trial. This is what they will have. They gotta let it out.
Find that you understand your rights. We call it the Boykin inquiry. And then the second thing is, then I find that there's a factual basis I can accept your plea. So, ladies, which one of you is going to do the plea?
I am, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Love is going to go and ask you a series of questions in just a minute. And then...
Who want to battle two black women? Y'all get up out of here with two black security guards who look like that. The person doing the typing is black. The judge black. Nigga, the security is black. Nigga, the prosecution is black. I'm not going to fuck around and fuck with this. Where's this, Georgia? How did I get here? Who I need to tell on? Auntie, mama. Press 1. They be up in there talking to me, talking about, Kevin, you seem like a really good dude. They'll be holding my hand and everything, bracing me up. Nigga touching me, looking in my eyes. You got so much potential and so much to live for. Why would you throw that away? Your YouTube, people depend on you. Press 1. I'm like, keep going. Hurry, I need a reason. What you say? You right. People depend on me. You right about that. You need to start thinking about Brian King in your chat room who said you was a good man. Now, how would he look? Go ahead. Sign right here. Press 1. Sign the fuck right here. I'm going home today. Give me the pen. I'm going home today. Press 1. I don't think nobody want to call in with no stupid shit because they know it's stupid if they don't act like this young man right here.
Your attorney, Mr. Wright, will follow up with that. And then
you could have been turning in your homework, but now we fixing paperwork with numbers and docket numbers on top, sir.
I'll ask you a couple of questions, and I should be able to send you in accordance with the negotiated plea, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
Well, you heard that. When the judge say it that smooth, then we go ahead and sentence you for the plea. We up out of here. You damn right, sir. Okay, sir. Yeah, I agree, sir. I believe you, Judge. Look at my eyes, Judge. You better unfuck me with this.
I am, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Love is going to go and ask you a series of questions in just a minute.
Her name is
And
Love. It went from Miss Prosecutor in the state to Miss Love. See how that switch happened, Brian? It went from the state and prosecutor versus you to Miss Love. Here, press 1. That's what happened when you see that in God we trust. Press 1. Nigga, Love hit your ass right there. Then Miss Love come. Press 1. All of it happens. This is real spiritual dance. You don't know how it's gonna hit you. Anybody who been in this situation know, nigga, you look up like, what? Love, I told you. Hold yourself accountable. I love you. Some way it's gonna hit your ass. Press 1.
And your attorney, Mr. Wright, will follow up with that. And then I'll ask you a couple of questions, and I should be able to send you in accordance with the negotiated plea, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You sound like he at a dentist's office now. The nigga was about to risk his life. Now we just gonna give you a small little sucker when we finish reading off this stupid paperwork, and I'm gonna sentence you to nothing, okay? Yes, sir. I didn't mean to do nothing.
All right. Ms. Love, whenever you're ready, madam.
Thank you.
Watch Love. Look, he called her. Look at the respect in the courtroom. Nigga, you on whack 100 advising you or Miss Love? Press 1. And you know they ain't playing when they got that short haircut. Nigga, they got that short hair. Bro, y'all quit in that full body business suit. Y'all gone. Quit playing with these people.
Mr. Sledge, please state your true, correct, and legal name.
Ooh.
Antonio Sledge.
Antonio Sledgehammer Sledge. Press 1. Proudly.
And are you the same Antonio Sledge, also known as Moonton, who is listed in indictment 22SC 183572?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Are you at this time taking or under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. I understand. Whatever you about to say, I am fully competent of everything. I'm clear. Could y'all hear me? Press 1. Could you hear me out there in the world?
Is there any medication that you normally take that you have not been given today?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Say it. That's right, brother.
How old are you and how far have you gone in school?
I'm 41, 10th grade.
Oh, Jesus Christ, have mercy on this brother. Press 1. You don't even know what this brother been through. Press 1. 41 years old, nigga. And he didn't graduate 10th grade. He just stopped going at 10th grade. His education is 7th grade. Press 1. See? You got to know how to listen, and you got to know proper judgment. You dealing with young people who have no idea and who are ignorant of the severity of the consequences. They can't even fathom what they in, bro. You can see the please don't do me wrong in this fucking courtroom, bro. Bro, I'm already X'd out. Just please, bro. This shit hard, bro. And we have fun. We go over these things. We have fun, but you know, the realness in these situations, I just got the chills because that's reality. Nigga, reality got to sit in. And forgiveness and accountability come at a sacrifice. You understand? You want your street life or you want your new life? You want to get, when you get baptized in Christ, bro, and God, and he tells you what to do, bro, and you ready to change your life, bro, nigga, it's different, bro. You got a different look on your face, bro. It's different, my nigga. Nigga, that look he got is, please God, I'm walking by faith that even in this, I don't committed myself to what I just help me walk out. If he don't even know he getting out, he just hope. He's hope. He's walking by faith. Like a little boy again. Walk by faith, bro. Brian said it. Hey, listen, you know what you signed up for, but to the contrary, you know what it set you free. You know there's a bigger homie on top of a bigger homie, on top of the law, on top of any agreement, any contract you made with man. There's a bigger authority.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you are charged with the following offenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act,
Yes, ma'am.
as well as possession of a firearm by a convicted felon,
Yes,
as
ma'am.
listed in count 30 of this indictment.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you have the right to plead either guilty or not guilty to these charges, and that if you plead not guilty or remain silent, you may receive a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had enough time to speak with your attorney, Mr. Derek Wright, about all of the facts and circumstances known to you regarding the charges in this indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Any potential defenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you need more time to discuss this case with your attorney?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with his services?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you waive a formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you waive any and all defects in the indictment, including any with respect to your name?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been arrested on these charges?
Yes, ma'am.
The state is unaware of any outstanding warrants related to these charges. Do you, Mr. Wright, know of any outstanding warrants that are related to these charges?
I do not.
Mr. Sledge, has your attorney advised you of the minimum and maximum sentence for each charge that you are pleading guilty to
Yes,
today?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that the minimum sentence for conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act is 5 years and the maximum is 20 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that the sentence for violation of count 30 of this indictment, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, as in OCGA 1611-133, is 15 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this is a negotiated plea of guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Which means that the state will recommend to the court the following sentence.
Yes, ma'am.
As to count 1,
She ain't even say nothing yet. Yes, ma'am. I disagree. Yes, ma'am.
15 years to serve on probation, subject to the special conditions contained in the plea agreement that I have in my hand that I will show you in just a moment. And on count 30, although you are pleading guilty, sentencing will be withheld until the completion of the initial trial of this case. After the initial trial of this case, provided defendant you have complied with the special conditions outlined in sections B.
That means you ain't finna get out and flip. We reserve this sentence.
C, D, F, and I of Section 3 Special Conditions of Sentence of this plea agreement. The state agrees that the defendant shall be allowed to withdraw his guilty plea on count 30, and the state shall agree to null cross count 30. Do you understand that the court does not have to accept that recommendation? And we will read into the record the terms of the plea agreement in a moment. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that the court can sentence you to the maximum on each charge and can run those sentences consecutively or one after the other if the court does not accept that negotiated plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you are currently on probation or parole?
Ma'am, Evelyn Bland, we're not talking about after a certain age you should know better. At 40, he should have gotten out that life. We're not talking about that, Sharon. I mean, not Sharon, excuse me, Evelyn. You know, to each his own. I don't know what life, at what age, I don't know. That there's no age to stop. There's no age, there's a time and there's of reflection. So after you talk to God, Miss, it's easy to judge from a chat room and to type little things. But at a certain age, you shouldn't have been doing what you was doing, Evelyn Blend. You shouldn't be doing what you be doing. At certain ages, there's a bunch of us. We're not talking about what we should be doing or what this man should not be doing, at what age he should have. You don't know you don't have any judgment. Your mind is clouded with your feelings over judgment. You too worried about at what age and he should have been. That probably shows your disgust in your own sons or how you look at us. This is all clouding. This all clouds your judgment. The thing is, he ain't even finished high school. He barely got this 8th grade mentality. Okay? Family let him down. Society let us down. All that weighs in. That's why judges get paid and offers get handled the way that they do, because a person can see your whole life on paperwork in front of the judge. Evelyn, don't be so quick to throw people away. Not you, but there's a lot of people ready to save Andrew Tate. Talking about the Matrix got him. How we don't know the Matrix? The Matrix got us. The Matrix got every black man stuck in the game. Y'all be ready to give it to traffickers of people and women when these brothers just whatever that they doing, but don't reserve one judgment for a specific group. There's a lot of rich people who get off with nothing. Probation for 50 years, and then they do something, they still allow judgments to happen and respect the process. You don't know every individual life. You think you do because you probably in every chat room that judges every individual. We have our little fun over here at the Row. You know what I'm saying? We do what we do, but we keep it open. We leave. You see my lines are open for all sides, even you. So if you feel like, instead of typing, if you feel like judgment should be, nigga, don't say nothing, then say it, Evelyn. He knew better. He should be a criminal, and he should spend the rest of 50 years. There should be no plea. Didn't say that. Didn't say it. The phone number's in the chat room. Jeez Louise, a lot of our sisters be ready to save the next man and throw their own people down the trash can and tell them they should have been better.
Your probation or parole may be revoked based on your entering a guilty plea today, but that the state is not recommending either.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this plea may be used to enhance sentencing on other convictions?
I love to be from a place. In my criminal society in Los Angeles, South Central, we don't say yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. I ain't never seen no criminals in the South. I don't know I ain't never heard no people speak with such yes, ma'am, and yes, and be caught in street life, but still got that respect for women and ma'am, and that's deep, G. So you gotta honor something about an individual, something.
In this
he ain't Jeffrey Dahmer now. Press one.
Jurisdiction, as well as in other jurisdictions, including in the federal courts.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this is a guilty plea, which is permanently recorded on your criminal history?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this plea involves your being placed on probation, and that if you are placed on probation of any kind, you cannot violate any criminal laws of any governmental unit or any special condition of probation without being subject to revocation for the balance of the sentence? Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you are not allowed to use or possess a firearm while on probation?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you are not a United States citizen, a guilty plea will affect your immigration status and will result in deportation, just like a conviction at trial would, and that this is true regardless of any advice given to you by your attorney or anyone else?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if at any time you are sentenced to confinement based on this sentence, neither the court, your attorney, nor the district attorney's office has anything to do with parole, and that in that circumstance, the Department of Corrections or Board of Pardons and Paroles
yes, ma'am.
are the only persons who can address parole, and that no one can guarantee parole no matter what anyone has told you?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that there may be other adverse or unfavorable consequences as a result of this guilty plea conviction, just as there would be from a conviction following a trial? For example, your guilty plea may affect your right to vote, your right to hold public office, your right to serve on a jury, your right to obtain a pass.
Oh, big dog G. Public defender, that's what they good in. Plea out. Big dog, when you a criminal and you don't have money for an attorney, you're taking, what do you mean that's what they're good at? Copping pleas? Well, what are you good at? Big dog, why can't you represent yourself? Big dog, press one. See? Y'all love to talk about other people in the job of the public defender, but you need to be able to publicly defend yourself in law. So you sound good to a room full of criminals, but here on Channel 54 at KevRow University, you just sound like another fourth grader walking up these YouTube street, bobbing your head to the beat of whatever life you can attach yourself to, sir. To be honest, they're doing their job, and you're going to do yours. Do you know the law to stop you from going through this? No, you don't, because you spend more time drug dealing and wishful thinking than you did in law. So you need a bar association to help you. So you can't say what they're good at. You're not good at defending yourself. You can't even be emancipated unless you know law. But let's get back to it.
Passport, your right to receive, possess, or transport a firearm, and your right or ability to obtain employment. Do you understand that these rights may be affected?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty to a felony, if you use, receive, possess, or transport a firearm, or use a firearm in a crime, you will be guilty of another felony, which may carry a sentence of 1 to 15 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you waive any and all defenses, including any mental health defenses, by entering a plea of guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you went to trial, you would have the right to trial by jury, the right to see, hear, and confront witnesses called to testify against you, and the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you are giving up the following rights: the right to a trial by jury, the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself, the right to confront witnesses against you, the right to the assistance of counsel hired by you or to court-appointed counsel if you cannot afford an attorney at a trial of your case, the right to the presumption of innocence, the right to testify on your own behalf and to present other evidence, the right to subpoena witnesses and compel the production of evidence, the right to have the charges against you proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and the right to appeal if convicted of these charges after a trial. Do you understand that you are giving up all of these rights?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm showing you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 1AS. Do you recognize the document in State's Exhibit 1AS?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that your signature on page 7 of 7 of State's Exhibit 1AS?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, actually, and Mr. Sledge, have you had an opportunity to review each and every provision within State's Exhibit 1AS?
Yes, ma'am.
As reflected on State's Exhibit 1AS, the current charges that you face are count 1, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, and count 30, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon previously convicted of a felony involving the use or possession of a firearm, OCGA 1611-133. The negotiated sentence as outlined in States 1AS is count 1, 15 years on probation, and count 30, sentencing withheld until the completion of the initial trial of this case. After the initial trial of this case, provided defendant has complied with the special conditions outlined in section B as in boy, C as in Charlie, D as in Delta, F as in Frank, I as in Indigo of section 3 special conditions of sentence of this plea agreement. The state agrees that defendant shall be allowed to withdraw his guilty plea on count 30, and the state shall agree to null cross count 30. The special conditions of the sentence, as outlined in section 3, are that defendant shall abide in full by each and all of the terms of this negotiated agreement. Defendant's failure to abide by any term of this agreement shall constitute a violation of the agreement. Defendant shall testify truthfully about all matters relating to this case upon which he is questioned at any trial or judicial proceeding stemming from the facts alleged in this indictment. In accordance with testifying truthfully about all matters relating to this case, defendant acknowledges that each and all of the statements contained within the defendant's factual acknowledgments section of this agreement are true. Defendant shall testify truthfully about each statement contained within defendant's factual acknowledgments and any matters related to this case when asked to do so in any proceeding related to the facts alleged in this indictment. Defendant shall possess no guns unless his right to do so is restored. Defendant shall commit no criminal acts. Defendant shall submit to random drug screenings by the Department of Community Supervision and any agency designated by the court in this case. Should the defendant test positive for any Schedule 1, 2, or 3 drug, defendant shall within 30 days of said positive test undergo drug rehabilitation as designated by the court or the Department of Community Supervision and shall successfully complete said rehabilitation program. Defendant relinquishes any Fifth Amendment right related to any statement contained within defendant's factual acknowledgments contained within this plea agreement. Section 4, defendant's factual acknowledgments. Have you initialed each and all of the defendant's factual acknowledgments contained within section 4 of this document?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that initial AS your initial?
Yes, ma'am.
The factual acknowledgments are as follows. Number 1, Young Slime Life, aka YSL, is an organization made up of 3 or more members or associates who share common identifiers that include, but are not limited to, colors, hand signals, and terminology, who have committed crimes intended to increase the notoriety, street credibility, and reputation of YSL. Number 2, defendant has been a member and or associate of YSL since 2012. Number 3, while associated with YSL and to support and express loyalty to YSL, defendant and co-defendant Demikion Garlington and Quindarius Zachary appeared in a video with another person, AS, where defendant brandished a weapon used in a drive-by shooting, and where on behalf of YSL, defendant threatened to harm a person named Kel, a rival gang member, who had begun a relationship with defendant's ex-girlfriend. Number 4, on or about April 28, 2015, as reflected in Fulton County Indictment 15SC 138994, defendant and fellow YSL associates Demikion Garlington and Quindarius Zachary committed a drive-by shooting using the firearm defendant wielded in the video referenced in Part 3 of this section, targeting family members of a rival gang. Number 5, defendant and his fellow YSL associates committed the drive-by shooting referenced in sections 3 and 4 above on behalf of YSL and to increase the notoriety, reputation, and fear of YSL. Number 6, defendant admitted committing and was convicted of aggravated assault and participation in criminal street gang activity, among other charges, for his participation in the drive-by shooting referenced in sections 3, 4, and 5 above. Number 7, defendant was told by another YSL associate that immediately after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., YSL associates met at the McDonald's on Cleveland Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia, to discuss the murder. Number 8, defendant personally knows that one or more YSL associates committed the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. on behalf of YSL. Number 9, on January the 10th, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., defendant and other YSL associates gathered at the home of Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, who gave defendant and other YSL associates cash money to lay low. Number 10, defendant has personal knowledge that on January 10, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., YSL associates traveled to Miami, Florida with co-defendant and YSL founder Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug. Number 11, defendant did not murder Donovan Thomas Jr. and was not a party to the crime. Number 12, defendant did not murder Shamel Drinks and was not a party to the crime. Number 13, defendant cannot truthfully assert that the persons charged in this indictment with the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. are not guilty of the murder, and defendant will make no attempt at trial, prior to trial, or after trial to exonerate the persons charged in this indictment with the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. Number 14.
This is insane.
The gas station at 151 Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia is one of multiple locations where YSL associates sell drugs and do not allow other gangs to operate. Number 15, the gas station at 221 Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia is another location where YSL associates sell drugs and do not permit other gangs to operate. Number 16, defendant has personal knowledge that he and other members or associates of YSL have either participated in or directly committed at least one of the following crimes in order to increase the notoriety and reputation of YSL: murder, armed robbery, aggravated assault, attempted murder, theft, illegal gun possession, and illegal drug possession and sales. Mr. Sledge, have you had an opportunity to go over each one of the defendant's factual acknowledgments and make corrections where necessary?
Yes.
And do you now acknowledge under oath that each of the factual acknowledgments that you have initialed in this section are true and correct and accurate to the best of your ability?
Yes, ma'am.
Part 5 of this plea agreement, Your Honor, states that defendant's sentencing acknowledgments are as follows. Defendant understands fully that if he violates any provision or any special condition of this plea agreement, the district attorney can and will use the contents of this document and agreement during any judicial proceeding. Defendant understands fully that if he violates any provision or any special condition of this plea agreement, his probation for this sentence may be revoked in its entirety, and the district attorney will recommend that defendant serve any remaining portion of this sentence in confinement at the Georgia Department of Corrections or prison. Number 3, defendant understands fully that any violation of any provision or of any special condition of this plea agreement shall result in defendant being sentenced on count 30 of this indictment, and the district attorney will recommend that the defendant serve the maximum sentence allowed by law. Number 4, defendant understands fully that if prior to the conclusion of the initial trial of this case, defendant fails or refuses to testify to any fact that he acknowledges in this plea agreement, such failure or refusal nullifies any promise made by the district attorney to null pros count 30 of this indictment. Number 5, defendant understands fully that defendant's violation of any provision or of any special condition of this plea agreement prior to the conclusion of the initial trial of this case shall nullify any promise made by the district attorney to null pros count 30 of this indictment and may result in defendant being, and Your Honor, there is a typo that is in this document. It's the word should be being, and it's spelled B-E-G-I-N. I'm going to ask that defendant just strike through and initial that word B-E-G-I-N to B-E-I-N-G. And Mr. Sledge, is that your initial above the strike through of the word began to change to being?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And may result in defendant being sentenced to serve as much as 35 years of confinement in the Georgia Department of Corrections or prison. Number 6, defendant understands fully that no promises, agreements, or conditions have been made other than those set forth in this document. Mr. Sledge, are these your initials on each section under defendant's sentencing acknowledgments?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Sledge, do you agree that the following statement is one that you have read, fully understood, and signed your name acknowledging? I, Antonio Sledge, have read and carefully reviewed this agreement. I have reviewed and corrected where necessary for accuracy each statement contained in defendant's factual acknowledgments, and I acknowledge the truth and accuracy of each and every statement listed therein. I fully understand this agreement, and I have had an opportunity to discuss this agreement and each of its provisions with my attorney, Mr. Derek Wright. No promises other than those contained in this document have been made to me in furtherance of this agreement. I freely, knowingly, and voluntarily enter into this agreement without force, threat, or coercion. Is that the statement that you acknowledged in this agreement?
Yeah, ma'am.
And is that the statement to which you signed your name underneath?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, the state tenders as evidence, State's Exhibit 1AS.
Okay, so I don't understand. Okay, so he's definitely in possession of knowledge of many things. He has a hell of a bargain on his plate. He knows the murders and this one's and down different types of things, and he don't want that racketeering, which can get him up to 25 years on his shit. So there's one. He ain't partaking of murders, so that's a hell of a bargain for him, per se. I mean, if he's able to keep himself out of trouble for the next 15 years maximum, 10 years at least, and not fail any drug tests or whatever the case is. But for the most part, he'll be going home, and I still have yet to hear one person to say that they would not turn over. Now, I see people in the voting booth, 14% out of 334 votes, but out of the 14%, and there may be 2 or 3 people who've passed this channel within the last hour. No one is willing to speak up on how they remain solid in these situations. I don't know why. I don't know if they're embarrassed, or maybe they will automatically know you're not tough enough to do 50 years before you're scheduled to. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. For the glory of what? I mean, I would love to sit. Matter of fact, that's what I'll do. I'll go to WAC 100 and see what WAC 100 has to say and his shit, and keeping it real. Let's listen.
Have a presumption and the presumptions and the protections you enjoy as a criminal accused. You have to decide for yourselves what you want to do in this particular case. Depending upon the results or the outcome of the trial. The only thing I would tell you, Mr. Mender, the outcome of the trial. The only thing I would tell you.
Press 1. Somebody says 15 years probation is going to be harder. 10 years probation if they do a great job. How is it going to be harder? But don't type it. Call it in. Thank you very much. You're going to be put on timeout. Yes, 15 years is going to be harder to do over 50 years in confinement.
Mr. Mender is.
However, Mr. B is
going into each guy. Interesting enough is one of the.
I need to think about that.
That doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, but 15 years is not the same as 50. It's not harder than 50 years in a penitentiary.
Wow.
Thank you.
Now
what's interesting enough is one of the members, mind you this, I did a little bit of research kind of going into each guy. One of the members is actually facing up to 50 years if convicted, and the other one is actually facing life sentencing. What I've also learned through my research as well is neither of these two individuals are actually part of, they're not
They're not rappers. They're street hoodlums. Well, I got you. Coffee and Kush TV, KevRow University. You're on the air. 15 or 50?
15. So the 15 is going. So the 15 is going to be. They might as well take. I mean, they might as well take the 50. I said the 15 is going to be harder because if you look at the restrictions that they're placing on them, it goes above the typical restrictions. The restrictions that they place on regular probation.
What do you mean?
They got curfews. They can't. They putting the curfews on them for 15 years. They're not going to be able to be involved in anything. They're going to have a drug testing. And if you know how serious Georgia is about the, like certain laws, it's already going to be laid out there. And then you still have the possible with those RICOs that the feds have helped them investigate and turn over their evidence. So the Fed, who they don't get on the state level, they can come back and get them on the federal.
So
they're going to have that 15 years is going to be worse. A lot of them are going to end up being swept right back up in it because you see them still coming out, claim this whole margin because they feel like they escaped this one case. They don't understand the severity of it because they were targeting one person. But even in that, they're still going to get the fish net of all those people that dupe out on their probation.
Why? I mean, you're saying it's going to be harder for them to complete probation than to do the 50?
Because probation, anyone that goes into our prisons will tell you that they'd rather do their time in prison and come out off and under that than be under probation.
So you would rather go to prison for 50 years rather than 15 years on probation because anybody who went to prison will tell you.
Because they can extend your because 15 years is what they can start you at. But if for any violation, they can extend your probation. They can extend it longer than that. You aren't guaranteed those 15 years. You can miss curfew and they can say, okay, we're going to add another 5 years because you can't do the right thing. They don't have to send you to prison on that. They can sit there and extend it. They say you don't complete it or you're not up to obligated. Just the same way as if you're paying those money and fees, but they're probably going to they're seizing assets and cutting off certain things at the head so they can't afford to pay. They're like, you're not getting into how much money they got to pay and what they're restricting on those fines.
So you're telling me you're ready to go to prison and get a curfew. You get told when to shower, take a bath, what you can and can't do. You rather go to prison for 50 years than get out right now in 15 years of probation.
Yes, because on a state charge, you're gonna have a shot at parole. It's not federal, so you aren't gonna be day for day at 85-90%. You have a shot at parole. Like people come home after 5 years from that, and then they're able to get off parole complete parole earlier with certain restrictions. So you could potentially be off parole earlier than you'd be on probation.
So you're taking the 50 years, mandatory.
I would take my shot at the 50. Then the probation, because the probation, those guys are still gonna be what they didn't charge them for. Like,
you're just saying that to validate what you're saying. They're not gonna be swept up in nothing else. They ain't gonna be swept up.
You don't think they're gonna get them? They're doing the same thing. They did the same thing in Florida.
This is done. They're done.
They did the same.
Sir.
They're doing the same thing.
Sir, you're going off of all these what ifs and these things and what if, sir, just 15 years of probation or 50 years mandatory. You're going off of, they did the same thing in Florida, and I know this guy here in Cali, and then this other guy here. You're telling me?
No, I mean I'm saying they're doing the rap RICOs with the similar rap group in Florida, and what they did, how they caught them in Florida, the feds helped them put the case together. And the feds said they're going to wait on them to complete. And what they don't get in that case, the feds will help them. So a lot of technology, we're saying that.
Sir,
that
you don't,
all the stuff
sir,
they did,
I'm not going into that because it's either 15 years. Okay, you're 15 years probation. You go home today. You know how many people complete probation with no problem? Do you know that? I mean, why are you saying like if you get probation, it's a setup? I mean, if you can't honor the contract,
certain people can't adhere to it. Certain people can't adhere to it.
Okay, if you can't, what you're telling me is you can't hold yourself accountable. You need to go sit down for 15 years because you can't change your life right now based on the circumstances. So your children, your mama, really your children, you guys will all suffer because this guy can't hold himself accountable, and he has to go sit down for 50 years mandatory for the sake of what again, sir?
I mean, that's accountability. For taking the 50 years, if you taking the accountability.
You accountable, sir. You're accountable. Whatever the judge say, you're accountable to. We're not making this up. The judge is telling you, okay, you're guilty. You're holding yourself accountable. There is no holding myself accountable, so I got to take 50 years. The judge determines what the accountability is. So why would you? So why would
15 probation? You're telling somebody. You're turning somebody else in. You're not taking accountability for yourself.
You are taking responsibility. This is what I did. This is what I did. This is where I'm from. This is what I know. That's a hell of accountability.
I mean, you heard the clip of the prosecutor saying that we don't care about anybody else. We want the leader.
Who?
All these people are
they only want the leader. They don't even want you. They don't even want you.
They don't even want you. They want the leader.
Yeah. So
at the end of the day, you might as well take it to trial. You might as well take it to trial instead of taking.
So why take it to trial? They don't want you.
How many people take plea bargains for something they didn't do because it sounds good? 15 over 50, 15 does sound better. But if you didn't do anything and they don't want you, then why not fight it in trial?
But you did. We got evidence. We got 29. This is a big indictment. They're already telling.
Yeah,
that's how we're all here because they told on us. So we're busted. So I'm going to hold it down.
They about to tell each other.
So you're going to hold it down for 50 years. You're going to be the guy whispering in your public defender's ear and says, what? No, we're not going to do that. I'm going to hold it down. That's you.
Yeah, if what I don't feel like they have, what do they have on me? Well, why would we have a public defender if I'm in this? Like, why wouldn't we? We have all this money. We've done all this. Why we have a public defender?
So why do we got a public defender? Why do we have the cheapest public defender? I don't know why we got the public defender, but the thing is, so you're going to fight this case with your public defender. You're going to fight this case.
I would fight it. I have to fight it from behind the wall.
I don't even believe you, sir. I think I don't believe you. I think you're going to be the first one with a Philadelphia cheesesteak sandwich with a Coca-Cola and a cigarette. I'm with you. I want to believe you, but man, those cheesesteak sandwiches, boy. I've been to the East Coast, and now I know, nigga. Hey, bro. Thank you for the call, champion, my man.
All right, thank you.
Well, he tried. He was about the smartest one. You got to take the ride, fellas. You got to take the ride. You got to take the ride, man. Philly cheesesteak. You sure? You sure? How about this? This orange chicken. You
Unknown
sure?
caller.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, the way they... I knew it was something. Yeah, get him the Philly cheesesteak. It changed his mind. And 3 Starbursts with sugar water. Coffee and Kush TV, you're on the air. 15 years or 50 years mandatory. You're on the air.
Definitely 15. Kev, you're talking to a guy that's currently on probation right now.
All right.
I've been on probation. I've been on probation ever since 2018.
Okay.
And and I'm actually on parole until 2026. Now in 2018, 2026 seemed real far, but now we in 2023, and I've been doing a real good job.
Yeah.
Me and my probation officer, we got a real good relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, she bad too. I mean, but that's
but most of them is fine or something. They got good job, boy. They waiting for us to clean ourselves up. Go ahead.
Right. And so I'm just trying to stay on the correct path.
Mm-hmm.
I act hard at home, but when I'm in the street, I act like a citizen. I can be as hard as I want to be at home.
At home.
But
But you say you can walk to the refrigerator as hard as you want to, huh?
As hard as I want. But one thing I do know, I ain't got to be around a whole bunch of niggas all day.
That's for sure.
you got to wait in line and take a shower. You got to spend all kind of money. You got to spend all kind of money on commissary. Your kids missing you. Your girls missing you. You ain't working, so you ain't got no income coming in. Man, who in the hell want to go to prison for the rest of their life, man? Besides taking 15 years probation, and I know I can get out today.
And it ain't even that as bad as they said. They all told on each other, so it's like me, you, we all told on each other anyway. And we all in trouble. We all fucked up. And the only thing they want us to do is what? All right, 15 years. Brian said he's getting in front and pointing them out since they already been pointed out any damn way. He ain't doing 50. That's a long time.
Yeah, that's quite a long time. My question is, will they give Young Thug a plea? Now, Young Thug his plea is gonna look a little bit more to around about 25, maybe 20.
Yes.
Now the question is, will he take his plea?
Yes.
If he's smart, he probably would.
Because they're gonna offer him 25 years.
Right, and
that's the minimum. Trial, they're gonna offer him 25.
Right, and if he go to trial, he's gonna get life, and he'll never get out. So, yeah, he'll be about 55 when he get out, somewhere in that area.
Yeah, because I heard every Rico they got, if he get charged with one crime, they're looking at 20 minimum per crime. They offer him 35 years.
Yeah, I mean the man got similar charges to somebody like John Gotti. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I actually think he has worse charges than John
He may.
Gotti.
He may.
And they gave John Gotti life in prison. So that sad to say it. So that might be Young Thug's outcome.
Well, he has great music. I'll keep him alive and do some karaoke and keep his music alive. Definitely. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure he would appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say, man.
Thank you for that.
YSL has been taken down.
Thank you for your experience in the probation department, champion. And I hope we spend the next few years watching the roll. This time gonna blow by. You ain't even gonna feel it. Thank you, champion.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thank you,
my man. See, people on probation who halfway done or on their way out, they'll tell you, bro, just do right, bro. Just do right. Don't let these people who ain't on probation chat room hopping like the last caller, trying to get you to take the deal based off of probation is just as worse. Everybody who locked up saying that probation is worse. Talk to the people on probation who not locked up. See what they say. Well, we just did. He said, man, 15 years. He said he got his in 2008. It's 2023. 2018 to 2023. He got a few years left. When he first got started, it was so long. Press one. I did 8 years on probation. Press one. Nigga, I'm gone. Press one. True champion. We did 8 years on probation and did a good job. Press one. We had no police interaction. No contact. Press one. Don't let these people blow that shit up. Now, if you're going to snitch, that's something else. But don't let these people tell you probation versus penitentiary. You take the 50 over 10 if you're in good. Nigga, Kev goofy ass just did 8. Press one. Kev goofy ass on the internet did 8. Nigga, your tough ass, you're a criminal for real. You can do 15, bro. On the out. Press one. And now look at me. I used to be a criminal, and now I'm not. Press one. I'm a YouTuber now. Press one. Lord I'm a YouTuber now. See? The judge even saw my YouTube page. All the sheriffs. Press one. They said, we love your channel. You're very smart. LAPD said, we love the Nipsey Hussle conspiracy. Press one. They said, you did a good job. Press one. How do you speak for so long, sir? I said, I'm Batman. That's why. I'm fucking Batman. That's how. Press one. 424-209. They said, Kev, what you gonna do when you get out of here? I said, I'm going to Disneyland. Press one. What you gonna do? I said, I'm gonna call my baby mama and tell her I beat all the charges. Press one. Press one. I'm gonna call everybody, tell them they mission failed. Press one. What you think I'm gonna do? Roll up. Press one. He said, "What you gonna do when you get out of here?" I say, "Well, YouTube paid me, so I'll get a hotel downtown with a hot tub in it alone and call the people who set me up. Like, hey, what y'all doing? Everything good?" And listen to their voices tremble. Everything good. I'm fresh out. I'm about to fly out the city. I'm gonna be on a plane somewhere in a couple hours. Press one. God took me from a jail cell with my nigga from Rolling 90s. Press one to the clouds. Press one. 2022 was the best year of my life. Press one. Curse broken. You damn right I'm telling. I don't want no problems. Press one. Cops can't even pull up on me. I can argue with police again. Press one. You know how that feel when you can argue? I'm taking all of the notes. I got all of the white boy tricks with me. Press one. Let me see your supervisor. That's number one. Sir, I want to see my lawyer. I'm talking to my lawyer right now. Press one. Sir, are you on probation or parole? Sir, I don't answer questions. Press one. La-di-da-di-da. Press one. I'm learning from white people how to live free. Press one. I'm watching all of the. If I go to jail, they gonna be letting me right out saying, "I'm sorry. We had no idea. We thought you was a street punk the way you were acting. Please don't sue us." Press one. See, the street punk analogy now is my bait. If I walk with a limp like this one, you know how the police do bait cars? I'm finna bait their ass. I'm finna walk like I'm a crip. Press one, but I'm really crippled. Press one. I'm gonna walk with a limp, sagging and shit. I'm gonna look at them. Press one. They gonna look at me because it's not legal. It's not illegal to look at them like a criminal. Press one. They don't know if you doing movie roles. They don't know shit. Fuck them. And make them butt me up and jack me up against the wall. Press one. The fact. It's a setup. Press one. I'm set their ass up. Press one. Coffee and Kush TV. I hope y'all learned something today on the show. You know, if you get in any trouble and you can make a deal, press one, from 50 years to 15. I guess what you learned here today is take the 15. Press one. Don't be like Seti Nash. Seti Nash is taking 50 years. Press one, end of sentence. He's saying, fuck you guys on YouTube. Fuck my money. Fuck my Balenciaga jacket. Fuck these chains. I'm going to prison. Big U, he's going to prison. Whack 100, he's going to prison. Not me. I'm going to Burger King. Bro, I'm going to McDonald's and slide down the goddamn slide and go into the balls right there. And thank God I beat that case because I couldn't have did 15. I couldn't do 50. Hell no, I'm already up there in 40. I ain't going to make it. I'll be 80 when I get out. Oh, everybody going to be gone. All y'all going to be gone. Press one. I wonder how y'all going to look. Press one. When Kev get out, press one. That's how they tried to get me last time. Press one. They tried to get me. We gonna give Kev 50 years. Press one. They hated on me so bad. They wanted me to do 50 years. And God said, you ain't killing shit. Press one. God said, you ain't killing shit. Press one. Sometimes God got to pull up on them. God said, you ain't killing shit. Press one. You ain't setting shit up. Press one. You hear me? You hear me, evil woman of the wicked west? Press one. Stupid ass Romanian. Press one. You. I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time. Press one. What a stupid bimbo. Press one. I'm going to have to come back and talk about stupid bimbos who set black men up. Press one. Yeah, I got a special one on my list. Press one. Dumbass. Press one. I got all type of stories. How many people you know believe in God just to get close to you and take you out the game? Press one. I mean, just faking, walking up the street, believing in God just to get you the fuck up out of here. Press one. I got a story to tell. Press one. I hope it ain't too many villains involved. Coffee and Kush TV. I see y'all in a couple hours. KevRow at night.